important as lasts.
I don't wanna look at anything else now that I saw.
Hey everyone! With the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer on the horizon, it felt like the perfect time to go back and revisit the original 1997 slasher classic, a movie that gave us iconic characters, brutal kills, and one unforgettable villain with a hook for a hand. Let's break it all down, from the opening to that haunting ending. The movie kicks off with Summer Breeze by Typo Negative, a dark, heavy version of a summer song. It's July 4th, and while the characters are celebrating, the soundtrack sets a much darker tone. We get ocean shots, cliffs, and the infamous road where everything begins. We also see a mysterious figure mourning at the cliff, someone we assume is David Egan, grieving his fiance's death, or so we think. Around the beach campfire, our four main characters talk about a local legend, a hook-handed killer who escaped an asylum. Sounds fake, right? But this urban myth turns out to be a blueprint for the real horror that follows. Even the way the scene is shot hints at the future. Barry and Helen behind flames both die. Julie and Ray in the moonlight both survive. Subtle but smart. After the group accidentally hits a man on the road, they decide to cover it up. We believe it was David Egan, but later, Julie discovers that David didn't die in that accident. He was murdered by Susie Willis's father, Ben Willis, who they actually hit. So now, Ben's alive, angry, and hunting them down one by one. What's a slasher without a bloody kill list? David Egan pushed off a cliff max, hooked to the neck police officer, gutted Barry, brutally stabbed Elsa, slashed in the store Helen, killed in the alley, just steps from safety. The climax takes place on Ben's boat, Sweet Susie. Julie and Ray face off against him, and after a few close calls, Ben gets his hand chopped off and falls into the ocean. But remember, when you leave a man for dead, make sure he's really dead. Spoiler, they didn't. A year later, Julie thinks she's safe until she sees "I Still Know" written on a steamy mirror. A figure lunges from the shower, and we cut to black. Turns out, it was all a dream. She survives and returns in the sequel. The movie isn't perfect. The killer's teleportation powers, the invincibility, and the plot armor are real. But that's the charm of a good 90s slasher. The score by John Debney deserves credit for making every scene feel tenser than it is. And while it's not quite Scream level, it's still a solid horror flick with real staying power. Absolutely. If you're looking for a nostalgic, no-fuss slasher with great atmosphere, a tight runtime, and memorable kills, this is it. Put it on, grab some popcorn, and remember what you did last summer. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss my deep dive on the new reboot when it drops. Comment below. What was your favorite kill in the movie? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.